Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about this bag right here, and this is the Louis Vuitton Cluny BB in the rose ballerine colour. I hauled this on my channel a couple of weeks ago, and since then I've had so many requests to do a review on it. I haven't wanted to do a full-on review just because I've only used it a couple of times and that's not nearly enough for me to get a proper feel for the bag, but I am going to do this video which is just going to be a first impressions, so just discussing my initial thoughts as well as any pros or cons that immediately spring to mind. I'm also going to be doing a what fits in my bag, or at least what I fit in my bag, and then I'm going to be doing a comparison very quickly with the Alma BB because a few of you have mentioned that you're deciding between the two, so I thought that might be helpful. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and I'm going to get stuck right in. So in terms of first impressions, so far so good. As I mentioned, I've only used it a couple of times there. I don't have a comprehensive view of this bag, but I've really been liking it. I really like the aesthetic of the bag. You know, it's obviously quite dinky and cute, but I love the colour. You know, rose ballerine is such a pretty shade of pink, and it really freshens up any outfit, I think, and it's a statement piece, but it's almost in a neutral way. So I've been finding it quite easy to pair it with different outfits, and it's just a really easy piece to wear. I really like the longer strap. I always take it out with a strap. I wouldn't ever really carry it with just the handheld option, just because I like the functionality of both. I like it having the long strap here, and it's also a really good length for me. I will insert some modelling shots as well. In terms of just kind of showing you around the bag, this is what it looks like. There's no pocket or anything on the back, and then on the bottom you just have the 4 silver feet. One thing, and I think I mentioned this in one of my vlogs, the magnetic clasp is really strong. So basically it just you can kind of almost hear how strong it is, so it does require a little bit of tugging to get it open, which I can see is a good and a bad thing. I guess it makes it slightly more secure, you know, nothing's really gonna easily fall out, but at the same time you do have to kind of really, you know, put some force into it. You can also see there are 2 magnets right there, and you can see the indents in the leather a little bit, and I don't know whether that's going to get worse in time, so that's definitely something I'm going to keep an eye out for. You have the little Louis Vuitton stamp right there, and then on the inside is just microfiber. You have 2 pockets in the back there, and then you have a zipper pocket right there as well. So, you know, all in all, it's not the biggest bag, but I find it plenty roomy just for kind of days out. There's plenty of room for a wallet. I will say that I used it with my Amie wallet, and you can fit it in there, but it's very snug, and so I wouldn't do that again. You know, I did find it quite difficult to get my Amie wallet in and out. I'd really had to kind of wrestle around with it a little bit and jiggle it about, and for me it's just not enough of a neat fit. So for me this very much requires a smaller wallet. That's personal preference. If you don't mind kind of fitting things in like a jigsaw puzzle, then maybe it's fine, but for me definitely smaller wallets are the way to go for this. In terms of negative points, there are 2 I can think of. So one, and this is probably the main one, is that it's not very stable, so it has the tendency to fall over, which seems like such a random thing to say, but it's true. So I might be able to show you, because when I do the what fits in my bag section, I'm going to try and do it on my desk, and I might be able to show you then, but when you put it down, especially when you have the longer strap attached, it does fall over quite a bit, and you have to kind of balance it in order to get it to stay upright, and it does stay upright because that's how I display it. But because of that, I have the tendency now to take the strap off, because otherwise it does just sometimes fall over, and it's really weird, and it doesn't feel like the kind of bag that would be kind of not sturdy, but it does, it just falls over a lot. It's very weird. I never would have thought that. But yeah, so that's something to keep in mind, and you also kind of have to keep, even without the long strap, you have to keep the top handle in, you know, a kind of upright position to make sure it's balanced enough that it stays upright. So it doesn't happen enough that it's a deal breaker for me, but it's something to kind of keep in mind. If you don't like fussing over your bags, then that might get on your nerves a little bit. It's not been too much of a big deal for me, but it's just something that I've been aware of, and when it happens I'm always a bit shocked. I'm like, oh, it's fallen over again. It's a bit weird. But anyway, and then the other thing, and this isn't a big deal at all, but the zip is a bit wonky. I feel like it's not the straightest zip in the world, and it looks better closed. When open, it does just kind of look a bit wonky to me. You can't really see it there, but I wish the zipper on the inside was a bit straighter, but honestly I'm nitpicking, like that's not a big deal at all. So those would be my 2 other things. The strong magnetic clasp I don't think is the biggest deal, but it's just something, you know, to keep in mind when looking at the bag. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my first impressions. As I said, I've really been liking the bag. I'm really enjoying it. I love little details, like you have the little Louis Vuitton stamp right there. I just think it's a really pretty bag. I think it's pretty well made as well. You know, it feels like a quality bag, despite the falling over issues. And you know, it is pricey. I think now it's almost £1,500, but it feels like it's a bag that would cost that much. It doesn't feel like it's cheap quality at all. So far so good, except for those couple of minor annoyances. But yeah, I'm really liking it. I just think it's a very, very pretty piece. So if you like pink, then I feel like this is definitely one for pink lovers, especially with the little kind of plastic pink LV logo. I just think it's so cute and just such a nice kind of fresh detail. So the bag is completely full now. I have filled it pretty much to capacity. There is a little bit of room at the top, but I can already see it stretching out at some places, so I really wouldn't want to put any more items in here. And to be honest, I wouldn't carry this much stuff in here on a daily basis, just because I think it does stretch out the bag a bit. So I would probably carry less than this, but I wanted to show you just how much you could fit in here if you really wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the bag. That's what the inside look like. And on the top here, I just have perched a pair of sunglasses. And then the biggest item is the mini pochette I have, and this is filled with makeup. I also have my zippy coin purse in here. I have my 6-key holder. I have an EOS lip balm. I have a pair of headphones. I have my trusty Tangle Teaser. I have a pack of gum. I have my travel card. And then in the pocket there, right at the front, I have my iPhone 6. And that's really everything. I don't find the front pocket particularly useful, just because you're pretty limited with what you can fit in there. But you know, you can fit a fair amount in the back. I feel like it looks like it might hold more than it does, especially when you consider other bags like Alma BB or the Gucci Soho can fit more than you think it does. I think this is kind of the opposite, but at the same time it fits everything that I would want it to. I do have my Amie wallet here just to show you guys. So this looks like it would fit really easily, but it really doesn't. So you can kind of fit it in here like so, and it does fit in, but you can't easily take it out because it kind of gets jammed, if you can see that. So one way you can take it out is to lift it sideways and then pull up, but when there are other items in there, that isn't as easy as it sounds. So for me, this is too much of a snug fit. I did try and take it out, but it just wasn't really working for me, so I kind of abandoned that plan. So for me, it's zippy coin purse or a smaller wallet all the way. But yeah, that's what can fit in it. As I said, not a huge amount, but enough for the essentials, especially for this style of bag. I think it fits plenty for me. So I'm going to do a quick comparison now between the Clooney BB and the Alma BB. So obviously I have the Alma BB in the Damier Ebene canvas, and I also have little rose ballerine charm right there. So they're pretty comparable sizes. They're both the smallest model of each type, so the BB size. The Alma BB is definitely a bit smaller than the Clooney BB, pretty much in every way, particularly in height though. So although if you stand up the handles, I guess there's less of a difference, but still, the Clooney BB is definitely a slightly bigger bag, although I don't think, from what I can remember in terms of fitting what can fit in my Alma BB, there isn't a massive amount of difference in terms of what can fit in each, just because the Alma BB is a slightly wider, more open space. And they both have feet on the bottom, one gold and one silver. I'm gonna show you the straps. The straps come in at pretty much, see what I mean? The Clooney BB just falls over a lot. It's just not very stable, but anyway. So these are the two straps, and I don't know whether you're gonna be able to see that, but they're almost identical. The Alma BB is, well, you're not gonna be able to see that, but the Alma BB is very, very slightly longer, but we're literally talking a couple of centimeters. So hardly anything at all. They're pretty much the same strap length. And I would say that obviously because the Clooney BB is a slightly taller bag, it pretty much evens out. So they're almost identical. Neither of the straps are adjustable. That's the word I was looking for, adjustable. So if you're on the shorter side, you might find them a bit long, but I guess that's something you'd only really be able to judge if you tried them both on. As I said, I will be inserting modelling clips of me with the Clooney BB, and then I might just do the Alma BB as well, just for reference. But yeah, in terms of what else I can say about the comparison, I mean, obviously the Alma BB opens with a zip rather than the magnetic closure. I'm not sure if that really makes a difference in terms of how easy they are to get in and out of. I guess it's just personal preference. I will say that the opening to the Clooney BB, if I can open it, is a bit wider, so you can kind of reach in and grab more, whereas with the Alma BB, it's not, you kind of have to stretch it out a bit more. So I mean, I guess that's something to keep in mind. It's not a particularly difficult bag to access though, just because there aren't any compartments inside. If there were, I think it would make it less easy, but because there's not, it's just quite an easy bag to get in and out of. I will say that the lining is canvas, so I would guess it's a bit more durable. This obviously has the microfiber, which is softer and I think nicer to the touch. Because of that, I feel like it might get a bit dirtier quicker. But yeah, so that's what they both look like. Obviously this has two handles as opposed to one. They both look nice handheld. I would say that the Clooney BB for me is a slightly more comfortable fit just handheld, just because it's that little bit bigger. I think very small bags can look a little bit silly or a little bit, I guess, juvenile on me, particularly because I'm a little bit taller, I guess. I don't love to carry this all the time handheld. I really prefer it on the shoulder, whereas I'm more comfortable carrying this handheld because it's just that little bit bigger. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And yeah, that's what they both look like. So I like both a lot. This one is a slightly more casual bag, I would say, just because I think the canvas dresses it down. I think you'd eliminate that problem if you got it in the Epi or the Vernet leather, whereas this I think is a little bit more dressy, or can be more dressy if you wanted it to be, just because of the colour and the all leather. So this is what the Clooney BB looks like on. For reference, I am 5'7". And so with the strap, it hits me a little bit below the hip, I would say. So it is quite a long strap, and then I can wear it crossbody as well. I would say it's not the most comfortable fit crossbody. I did try and wear it crossbody, but it's not, it doesn't feel heavy now, but when you fill it with stuff, it does feel quite heavy, and for me, heavy crossbodies are not fun to wear at all. So I tend to only wear it just on the shoulder like that, and I really like the look of that. I think it looks very cute. And then I also, of course, just grab it by the handle as well. For comparison, this is what the Alma BB looks like on. So I do think it looks quite a bit smaller. And if I want to just kind of... This is quite a comfortable bag to wear on the crook of your arm, whereas this is a bit small, I think. In terms of on the shoulder, this is what they both look like on. The Alma BB is a lot more comfortable to wear crossbody, I would say. That I have done, and that is just fine. And as I mentioned, the Clooney BB isn't the most comfortable bag for me to wear crossbody, and I also just don't think it looks as good because it's more of a kind of ladylike top handle design. For me, it looks much better just on the shoulder. Whereas the Alma BB, I guess, is a little bit more versatile that way. Ooh. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it and you found it useful. If you have any questions at all about this bag, let me know in the comments below and I will get back to you. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.